Hello, and welcome everyone to another episode of Third Action. I am your lovely GM, Jason, and these are the same three mysterious tattoos that were here last week. From the bottom left, we've got Charlotte playing Asher Ford, Human Ranger.
Hello.
I seem to have lost the music somehow. Let's do that. Maybe?
I don't get music. I'm not important enough.
In the bottom middle, we've got Greshy Ironroot, played by Will.
It's me still. I'm still here. I promise.
And in the bottom right, we have Adam playing Gunn, Shough, Human Champion of Erastil.
Evening, everyone. We don't have character theme songs, do we?
No, we don't.
That would cost extra money. If you would like to fund your character theme song. Or make your own.
We could make our own. We should try. See what we'll...
I can always get in touch with the lovely Irene Chan, who made all this music for us in the first place. Thank you, Irene.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, so it's another week, another Monday. Sorry about that, everyone. Corona got a corona, and it's continuing to fuck up everything, and including our schedules. So hope you guys don't mind another Monday game. Let's just go ahead and get right into it, I think. So, last week, our group of intrepid adventurers made their way to Turtleback Ferry. Turtleback Ferry.
Turtle Rock.
I was going Zelda for a sec. Made their way to Turtleback Ferry along a river ride. A riverboat ferry.
A river ride,
a beautiful river ride.
Coaster.
All the way from the grand old city of Magnamar, which is kind of a pseudo-capital of Varizia. Varizia isn't really like a country so much as a loose confederation of city-states, if that. The mayor there had heard about some trouble with the Black Arrows. Or some reports that the Black Arrows seem to be
having trouble or causing trouble,
or have had trouble.
Okay,
not causing trouble.
Okay, those are the good guys. Those are the scouts.
Yes, those are ostensibly good guys. Though I don't believe anybody really asked about who they are or what they do.
Straight to us all.
Could I do a warfare lore / to see if that name rings a bell?
Sure, but not right this sec. Not during the recap. Let me
After the recap, perhaps.
All right.
So the party boarded the riverboat, made their way towards Turtleback Ferry to, one, figure out what's going on with the Black Arrows and what kind of problems they're having. Two, get to the bottom of this mysterious letter that they have, that they found in the possession of one Zanisha, Mistress of the Seven. This letter was addressed to her dear sister, or to Zanisha as dear sister. And it seems to be from someone else who has their own murder games afoot, in a similar vein to Zanisha's, but perhaps more advanced or more deadly. So that's why the party is going to Turtleback Ferry. You hopped on board, you took the multi-day trip, took about a week to get there. Along the way, you kind of ran into a bunch of different folk who were on the same boat as you, a couple of whom had these strange Sahedron tattoos. Very odd, you thought. As you met one shady guy who you believe to be an assassin, or part of some assassin's guild, who seems to have the tattoo, I believe, on his neck, and one construction worker or builder of some sort, who had the tattoo on his arm. Once you made it into town, you also found that a few of the locals, or just one local? I don't remember. I think you saw one local.
I thought we saw one or two.
Okay, I think you saw one or two locals in town who also bear the mark of the Sahedron. But you decided to just tuck in for the night since it was already pretty late. after a, a night of hanging out at the bar and gathering some information off of the local townsfolk at Bottoms Up. We then returned to Turtle Parlor after Greshy had an experience witnessing the evolution of Phelan, his animal companion, into his true form of a Feyhound. And I think that is basically where we left off. You guys returned to the inn. We'll stop the scary music. You went to bed. Ooh, it says Monday, Neth the 4th, but I'm gonna assume, I meant to check this last time, right before the session started, but I believe we're on the next day. So I'll go ahead and update that. Oops. What follows Moon Day? Toil Day. Toil Day, Neth the 5th. And I know no one cares about the date but me, but if it ends up being
we
wrong,
have to celebrate our holidays.
I'll double check
Except for all the
it
ones
off
we
of
don't
the last
celebrate.
episode and fix it. Yeah, I like the holidays. Anyway, so it is now the 5th of Neth, Toil Day, when you all awaken. Ooh, why is this all kind of off center? There we go. When you guys awaken in the inn, who would like to wake up first? Unless you guys wanted to do any shenanigans the night before, but I think you guys were all pretty ready to turn in at that point.
I have no shenanigans to be done.
I'm pretty shenaniganed out, to be perfectly honest. So, unless anybody else wants to get up early, Greshy will be up. Going to.
I'm sleeping in.
Sleeping in.
Oh. Who will get up last?
Ooh, 2 people sleeping in.
It's
Okay.
quite the challenge there.
So in that case, Greshy, you are the first to awaken, and you head downstairs. Little puppy Phelan following you down the steps, having to do the like stand on one step and like kind of reach down and sort of flop down onto the next one. It's
I think
very
at some
slow
point I would
process
just
of
pick him
getting
up and carry him the rest of the way.
you turn back around, walk up, grab him, and
So you don't have the option to make him normal sized anymore.
No, I
He's
don't.
only tiny or huge.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No.
I thought you were just choosing to make him a puppy.
No, he's either puppy or he's regular size, and in this case, regular size is a bit of a problem for
That's
indoors.
so jarring.
So with puppy Phelan in hand, you make your way to the entry counter where you're greeted by the same fellow from last night. He's a bit groggy. He looks at you. You paid for breakfast, right?
Aye.
Help yourself. And he motions to a set of just dried foods and some bread.
Fast enough to breakfast.
A couple of sweets, like sweet breads and cakes. Yeah, continental.
Yeah. If they've got any sort of porridge or oatmeal sort of thing, I'll take that. And then any meats, I'll grab some for Phelan to snack on.
Okay. So you grab a few meats and some porridge and make your way over to a table. And as you're doing so, you notice a familiar face sitting at another table.
Do I?
It is a blonde elven woman with bright blue eyes and a tattered tawny coat. Or, not coat, cape. Cape scarf.
I'm disappointed that it's not Aldern Foxglove.
I swear to God, if it was
There
Alder,
he is.
I was gonna go off. Does
No.
this elf have a bow or some sort of weaponry?
Yeah,
Nearby?
she does in fact have a bow. It is
Oh, okay.
Shalelu.
It is
Shalelu
Shalelu.
Andasana.
Just who we wanted to see.
What's
She
this-
looks up from eating as you turn around and like walk towards the tables, and she looks surprised. What are you doing here, Greshy?
Getting breakfast? What about you?
I mean, in Turtleback Ferry, this is a long way out for you, isn't it? So did you manage to
Oh.
wrap up all that business with the murders?
Oh, we burned some things down, killed a lamia, saved the mayor, became heroes or something. I don't know. But the mayor asked us to do him a favor out here and paid us a decent amount of money. Seemed reasonable.
The mayor of Magnamar sent you all the way out here?
Apparently he's got some sort of holdings out here. I don't even know. But he wanted to check on the Black Arrows.
At that, her eyes kind of narrow a bit. Oh, I see.
What do you see?
Oh, I guess we're out here for the same thing.
Oh, are you part of the Black Arrows?
Oh, no.
I didn't think so. Would have been kind of odd, but I don't know.
Not
I don't know how
that
they work.
bunch of outlaws, no.
Outlaws?
Well, outlaws is maybe a little strong. She shrugs and sighs and picks up tears off a piece of bread. More like minor criminals.
Right.
Some of them are good, I assume. And she takes a bite of the bread.
Not really giving us much faith there, but all right. Mind if I join you?
Sure. Have a
Right.
seat.
Will do, and then I'll put Phelan on the table and give him a couple pieces of bacon or whatever.
Yeah, it's more like you don't know much about them, do you?
No, I think there's some sort of they run a fort. That's about what I know. They run some sort of fort, so I thought they were some sort of protection sort of guild team.
Yeah, I mean they are. Fort Rannoch is probably the fort you're talking about.
Aye.
They're ostensibly there to keep out the ogres from Hook Mountain from descending into the valley and stuff. But
Didn't realize we were in Ogre territory. Good.
yeah, at least if you go much further north, up on the Storville Plateau, there's quite a lot of giant kin up there. Not big fans of us regular folk down in Varisia.
I imagine not. So these Black Arrows kind of bulwark, try to protect us, well, this ferry, I guess, from ogre kin and other things out here.
Yeah, I mean, some of them I think are noble of heart, but a lot of them I've heard are just petty criminals and the like who've been given an alternative to jail time.
Oh, I think I understand.
It's like a life
Right.
service sort of
They're
thing.
like that. They're like that group that keeps watch over the dark time.
I have
Yeah,
heard of the
they're-
Dark Watch.
They're
Not that Gunn is
some
here,
kind of
but-
dark watch. Sure, Gunn could be walking in at this point.
Ah, yes. I've heard of this.
Ah, yes, the Dark Watch. I remember them. Oh, but no, I kind of understand that, and it's no worse than wouldn't want to be in prison in Magnamar for any reason if you can help it. So
Yeah, I just
better things to do.
There's been a lot of talk lately about the Black Arrows not showing up in town. A couple of sightings of weird creatures getting pushed towards the city. Figured I'd come check it out now that the goblin situation's a bit taken care of around Sandpoint.
Did you finish eradicating him out to there, or did you leave him be?
No. Well, you remember that Gogmert guy, right?
Oh, aye.
Well, he's gone and he's picked up this thing he calls trade.
Did it work? Oh, look at that.
Yeah, apparently he got talking to some weird goblins in a cave. I don't know, it was very weird. Suddenly,
Oh,
one
boy.
day, they just showed up with a bunch of twigs and sticks and demanded that we give them things.
They still need to learn value of things, but that's improvement. That's better.
It's the mayor's problem to deal with, not mine.
She'll manage. As long as he's in charge, I think they'll be at least reasonable. Just try not to give them too much fire stuff. They like that a lot. It's very valuable, but they also don't control it pretty well.
Yeah, I
don't
wouldn't
think
give any of
I
them
don't think we'll have to worry about that.
The townsfolk
They
are
can
still
sort
pretty
it out one way or
wary,
another.
but I think it'll be okay, at least for a bit.
Oh,
Figured it wouldn't
good.
hurt to check out some other things for a bit. She shrugs.
Well, that's what we're here for. So, come to check things out.
Did you say you were checking out the black arrows as well? Checking on the black arrows?
Yeah, I heard there were... Apparently they used to come into town a couple times a week, but they haven't been showing up for about a month or so. Local hunters have been having problems with some of the bigger game that the black arrows would normally keep back up on the mountain. Have been kind of making their way down. I don't know.
Would you care to accompany us when we go that way? We probably could leave, let's say, Greshy today.
I can, give me a bit of time to prepare, and I think we can make do.
Maybe
I
tomorrow.
just need to. I've got some armor modification I need to do for Phelan, but should be fine. Even got a spare horse now, I think. If you need one.
Oh, sure, why not? I was planning on renting one.
You can borrow a pal. It'll be fine.
Sure, if you're kindly offering, I'll take it.
We owe you.
Eventually, Asher comes groggily,
Hello.
walking down the stairs.
I slept in.
You did.
I was the real sleep-inner.
You won.
I defeated everyone. Oh, hello.
Oh, Asher. Good to see you again.
It's good to see you. What are
I'm
you
Gunn too,
doing
of
up
course.
here?
It's a long story. I just came. I heard that there was some trouble with the black arrows, and figured I'd see if I could lend the people a hand around here.
Isn't there always trouble with the black arrows? They're a bunch of pickpockets. He just
See?
laughs.
That's
He
what I
says
was
it as a
telling
joke.
them.
It's not said meanly.
she takes it a bit more seriously and is like, see, that's what I've been saying.
Yeah,
she knows.
All right. Well, I mean, they sound like a fun sort of people to meet, and I think most of us would get along with them.
I think they're pretty good at partying, if you're into that kind of thing. They definitely
Partying.
would have loved that gambling riverboat.
Oh, aye, it's too bad that sank, I guess. Well, that was our big lead.
When
on,
did that sink? About a month ago?
Yes, that's what you remember hearing last night.
Looking at my notes. Yeah.
Must be completely unrelated.
Well, we'll see if this Lucretia, I think, was the name of the person who ran that boat. She's truly dead.
What boat are you guys talking about?
Party boat
Paradise?
That-
was it called?
sails on the lake up here. It was Paradise.
Paradise Party Boat.
Sank around the same time with apparently all hands because none of the villagers went out to rescue anyone.
Oh, that's
So
bizarre.
I gather they didn't much care for the residents of the boat if they lived on the ship.
Well, I think it was probably more that if it happened, depending on when it happened, they wouldn't have known or been able to do much about it until it was too late.
Y'all are talking about that boat Paradise, aren't you? Says one burly-looking guy at the table next to
Heard
you.
about it?
Oh,
I'll
aye.
say, yeah, you heard about it?
Yeah, the whole thing went up in flames, middle of the night. It was pretty bad.
Could you see it from here?
Oh yeah, you could definitely see it from here. Well, I mean, out by the docks. Biggest flame I ever did see.
Gotcha. Well, how come nobody pulled any survivors out of the water?
Oh, they did. They tried. Not many people got out though.
Okay.
When
You-
you're dealing
you
with a
happen to
lot
know,
of drunks like
you
that.
happen to know anyone who did? Who made it? Or know of anyone who made it?
I know Charlie, who works at Turtleback General. I think he made it. He's been recovering for a while.
All right.
Turtleback
Well,
General. Whereabouts is Turtleback General?
Head out. Just head out the entrance here. Take a right. It's the big building straight ahead. Can't miss it.
Oh,
And
Thank you.
I guess on the map.
now that we're actually back here.
Turtleback General.
There it is.
nice.
Well, once we finish breakfast, we can
Well,
make our way
thank
over.
you, sir. All right.
And what is your name, sir?
Tobias.
Well, thank you, Tobias. Appreciate it.
He gets up and lifts up a large sack of stuff, probably his belongings. Well, I gotta go. Got work to do back at home. I'll see you all around if y'all are staying in town.
Yeah, I'll be here for a bit. Take care.
Give me a perception, maybe. All his belongings? Does this guy look like he's out of a home right now?
Sure, perception.
Oh,
Oh.
natural one. Gunn can't be bothered in the early morning.
Yeah, you just don't get a
apparently.
good look at the sack before he like throws it over his back. And it's kind of
Must
at an
just-
odd angle as he's walking away.
He must just really like sex. He's a sack fan.
Just gonna let that sit there for a minute, and then
All right. So
Anyway.
the guy
Fan
with
of sack.
the guy with the huge sack leaves.
What? What's wrong with that?
nothing wrong with a nice
Gunner's
sack.
observing his sack.
Failing.
Failing to observe
Yeah,
his sack.
He didn't do a great job.
He's more distracted by the size of it than the contents. So,
Did you see that guy's big sack?
see the sack on that one.
Shillelagh just does a whistle. I can't whistle right now. I probably could.
She
whistle.
knows.
She knows a lot about sacks. That's fair. Well, now I'm thinking about the instrument. Anyway, maybe she does know about saxophones. I
I-
suppose once we finish breakfast, we can walk over there and see if there's any leads before we head over to Fort Rannoch.
Yeah, it's only half a
Yeah, quick
day away.
day and a half, I think.
Or a day and a half. Half
yes,
a
so-
day
Was
away.
the correction?
Yes, I think there was a correction from whatever I said last time. I might have said like 6 miles. It's more like 12.
12
Um,
miles is still more probably half a day for horseback.
Horseback should be fine. We'll get there.
Yeah,
So,
it would
little
take
time to-
maybe like 3/4 of a day to get there. Like 6 hours or something on horse.
It is over countryside, so it's not exactly the most easy riding. But
Well, not countryside. It's up
Will
on
we
the
be
mountain.
riding 2 miles an hour?
A
let
horse
me see.
walking for most of the day could move 50 to 60 miles in a day, it says.
Okay.
that's why I was assuming it was over countryside or into dense forest or something.
It's up mountain through dense forest. Well, there's a trail, but it's very thin.
Mhm.
It's a narrow trail.
All right.
Yeah, horses travel speed. Yeah, okay. All right.
Go.
Shouldn't be a
Oh,
problem
I see.
for us to
Miles
get there
per
today.
day. Miles per day with 30 feet is 24 miles. Yeah. So you should be able to get there in a day. That's fine.
Well, we'll probably head out just as soon as we check up on one more lead real quick.
All right. Well, I just got here this morning. I was gonna do a bit of shopping for some supplies and need a few more arrows.
Well, we're going to the general store, it
everything-
sounds like, so you're
yeah.
welcome to come with us.
Sure.
If there's anything
See-
else you need, we can either help you find it or share with what we've got.
purchases our mass wealth.
I've got enough coin. I should be fine.
That's fair.
Okay, so she will follow you on over to the general store. You guys make your way over to Toidleback General.
Mhm.
I didn't actually put the Shillelagh token back in here, so let me do that. But okay, so you guys make your way outside. It's still raining. It's a fairly steady drizzle. The sky is dark. It's pretty chilly, quite chilly actually, unseasonably chilly.
I assume I'm allowed to put the hood up on my cloak without turning invisible.
Yeah, you would have to activate it, I think.
He just puts it up and suddenly he's just gone.
I just want it to be warm.
Because it doesn't say that. It's just like it says put the hood up and become invisible. It's like,
Is it normally an action or something to do that?
yeah. It's a
Okay, then I assume that's like an envision action
it's
or
an
command.
interact. It's
Oh, interact. Okay. I think you do a bit more, like run your fingers along the runes or something.
Okay.
So in this case, you just put it up easily. Okay. Cover yourself from the rain.
And Asher has a sweet poncho. It's only Greshy who's going to be getting wet.
Mm,
I have many
My-
furs.
I've lived like this for a long time. It's fine. Actually, believe my cloak actually has a hood on it. It is a robe.
We're heading into colder weather.
Well, we'll see if there's anything. Maybe I can get a jacket or something to keep myself warm. Phelan should be fine, but I'm going to keep him in the bag here just for a little bit.
Okay. Tiny Phelan is just peeking out, looking at the water. As you guys make your way over towards the Turtleback General Store. There's not many people out. You see a couple people by the ferries, milling about, some mostly just workers as they wait for the next boat to come in. Other
Does
than
shrinking
that,
him down also reduce the amount of food he has to eat?
Yeah, that's a good question. Not
Yeah.
sure.
does not make him less hungry. He needs the energy. He's a growing boy.
So you're saying he's a puppy that eats as much food as a horse?
Yes.
Has to eat it over a longer period
a
of
bear.
time.
Yeah, it
He's-
takes him
he's a
while
very
to
hungry
eat it,
boy.
but he will need to eat it. Okay. Sorry, I was trying to get to the description of the general store. And,
A little distracted.
Okay, it's a large wooden building. Let's see. I don't think it has a special name. No, it is the Turtleback General Store.
Perfect.
As you enter, it's a pretty just kind of basically functional place. It's got a lot of shelves filled with various home goods and hunting gear, arrows, food, all sorts of stuff. Basically anything you could imagine. There's a middle-aged woman with dark brown hair that's like slightly starting to gray. She seems to be in charge of the store. She just waves at you as you come in. She doesn't really like actively go up to you or anything. She's sitting in a rocking chair, doing some knitting. Just looking out the window at the rain.
I just look at Gunn. He's the talker, after all.
We're here for two reasons.
Hey, multitasking.
Let's let Shillelagh.
Oh, if we're gonna buy stuff first, I do have a couple things I'd like to buy.
That's the
Okay.
easier way to introduce to a shopkeep anyway.
That's fair. That's a good point.
And by the way, while we're at it, do you happen to know this person?
After we bought all our supplies, what if she kicks us out? We'll need our stuff first.
It's a good point. Rather not get kicked out.
Okay, so Shillelagh is just gonna go around and start picking out a few things that she needs.
I'm looking for a bandolier.
Just a regular bandolier?
Aye, just a standard bandolier to put my healing tools into.
Okay.
Gives me easier access to them in battle. Should be useful.
They have that in stock.
Excellent. And the second thing is, I'm looking for a way to, I wouldn't, would you call it a harness? I don't know. Something to put Phelan into to carry him a bit easier. Because right now I'm like double bagging it
Like a
on my
purse.
back. Because I've got the bag of holding over one shoulder than my regular old backpack where Phelan's at. So I'm thinking of a better way to
Ooh,
carry him around.
like a like a baby harness.
Something like that.
On
Aye.
his front. Like a little baby.
It doesn't need to be super big, just
A little
something that I could
small.
just put over my shoulders and put Phelan into when need be. Just like basically a large pocket that I can put a dog into. Puppy.
Yeah, I mean they have some baby swaddling stuff over in the maternity section.
All right. Well, I'll find some different materials. I can probably put something together myself. Just need to make sure there's, you know, I would need a needle and some string, which I imagine they'd sell that as well.
Yes. They would. That would all come to, in raw materials, like, call it 4 copper.
4 copper. All right. Shouldn't be too hard. So a couple bobbins of string and some of thread and some needles and whatever the material is necessary. And then 1 bandolier, which I believe is 1 silver, unless they've decided to mark it up a bit.
No, it's normal prices.
All right.
I've lost my rope, so I should get a new rope. I also think I have on my to-do list. I have a few more things that are missing from my camping kit: soap and glue, if they have any glue.
Yes, they would have both of those things, as well as the rope. Let's see. Do we have soap is 2 copper. Glue. Oh, they don't really have glue listed.
Yeah, there used to be a magic glue that was super fun to play with.
Oh, sorry. Were you saying glue? Is glue part
but-
of the kit normally?
No,
Okay,
I was
then.
thinking like prior to this edition of the game, glue
Mhm.
came in both mundane and magical forms, both of which could be very useful.
Yeah, I don't think they have a mundane glue here.
Nothing official, at least.
Yeah.
What about magical?
She doesn't really carry magical items.
Okay,
It's a fair point.
all right, no glue.
Yeah, this is just kind of a simple general store.
I am also looking for rope, and because I cut mine up to fish.
Right, that's true. So, fishing tackle is 8 silver. Unless you want the professional fishing tackle, which is 20 gold.
I just want the rope.
Otherwise, rope.
why
Rope is 5
why would he
silver.
need fishing tackle?
I can literally grab them with my hands at this point.
Yeah, 5 silver.
That part from that
for
song Mulan.
A stretch of rope.
Quick grab.
No, fishing tackle's not a bad idea, given that we're on the lake here.
Well, if you'd like to buy some fishing tackle. Oh, I should buy
Not-
some winter clothing as well. Something
That's
like
what
a
I
jacket.
was gonna do second. Yeah, anything to keep warm.
Yeah, they do have winter clothing. Let me see. I don't remember if they have rules for winter clothing in this book.
They do, I believe it's 287.
Thank you. 27.
4 silver.
Clothing. There we go. Spores clothing is straight enough to protect you. Oh, I don't see a specific thing about winter clothing.
I do show it's on two. It should be on 287.
Winter clothing allows you to negate the damage from severe environmental cold and reduce the damage from extreme cold to that of severe cold.
Where are you seeing that?
Sorry, worst clothing. It actually carries over in another paragraph on 290.
290.
Oh, I see. It's like 2 pages of gap.
Right. I realized what was going on there.
I see.
So I was like, oh,
yeah,
that's
so
all these things.
clothing allows you to negate the damage. Yes. Okay. So in that case, where's the big table? Clothing. Winter is 4 silver. There we go.
Excellent. So I'll pay that
Yeah, let's all do that.
just in case. And trying to remember if there's anything else I wanted
How much
to get.
was the rope again? Sorry. I don't know if you said.
Rope is RPE 5 silver.
Perfect. And it's just, is it 50 feet?
I think so. Where'd the description of rope go?
I think that's for silk rope, right? Or is that more expensive?
Silk rope is more expensive. I
Let me see.
believe it's in here. 50. It's 5 silver for. Oh, they don't have fancy rope yet. They've just
I
got
think
standard
it's just
rope,
regular rope.
and it's 5 silver.
Weird. And rope is not in the the index. They don't have a.
That's.
Do they not have a description of it?
It should be on page 291 if they had it, but I don't see one.
Yeah, I don't see it. Weird.
Weird.
Okay.
I suppose a rope is a rope is a rope.
Assume it's 50 feet of rope for 5 silver.
And does she happen to have any expanded healers tools available?
Oh, that's a little.
It's a little fancier. I'm not sure if she'd have it or not.
Yes, she has some.
All right. Well, I would be happy to buy them.
All right. It's the price on the 10, whatever that is.
It
I should
is
look at it.
50 gold.
50 gold. All right. It's one of the pricier items in the store.
It is, but the tools will be useful. So I
Here
will
you go,
take
honey.
those.
Let me assemble that for you. We don't have all the parts in one spot. And the woman takes the kit and goes and gathers up a few of the medicines and things that go into it, poultices and sort of stuff, herbs.
All right. Well, did you have a question to ask, Gunn?
Well, here you go. Here's all the stuff you asked for.
Well, thank you.
Thanks. Say, we're also interested in speaking with a fellow around here, the name of Charlie. We heard he survived the incident on the Paradise.
Oh, my husband. Yeah, he's pretty sick right now. It's been taking
Sorry
a
to
while
hear
for him to
that.
recover. This cold isn't
you-
good for him.
We're glad he pulled through from that terrible tragedy.
That's what they all say. At this point, I don't know if I'm glad that he made it through.
What?
Why not?
Ma'am.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's just he did-
Greshy!
I like her. She's fun.
well, if he took all your profits and spent them on a big gambling ship, you might be rightfully mad as well.
He owned the oh, he didn't
Shoot
own
him in the foot.
just
This
lost.
is my store. It's been in my family for generations.
Sorry, I thought you were saying he owned the ship at first.
No,
Whoa.
he used.
Sounds like you don't own nothing anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's fair enough. I can't really indulge you, but hopefully he's getting better now. We'd just like to find out a little bit more about what happened that night.
Was he the only person? I don't know how to phrase this question. Was it common for people in the town to go and spend all their profits or money at the ship?
Yeah, it was. A lot of folks like to win it big. First one was old Jimmy at the metal goods. poor Jimmy. He didn't make it out, but he went and took his whole week's salary, came back with a whole year's salary. After that, all the men just started going up and having a blast, they said.
Did anyone else ever win big?
Oh yeah, plenty of people win big, and then next day they lose it all.
Well, it's gambling for you.
Seems like there's a lot of frustration about the men in the town going gambling with their family's money.
Know anything about the ship itself or her crew?
No, not much. They're not from around here. They came in from the south. Some kind of fancy company. I don't really know much about it. I think the woman's name was Lucretia that ran the place. Everybody was gaga over her.
Why is that?
I don't know. She was supposed to be real pretty. I only saw her in town a couple times with her bright orange hair.
Mental note: 1 point in the Lamia column, 1 point in the question mark column.
Orange hair. All right.
Orange
That's
hair.
It's unusual, but it's fine.
Yeah, big and bright.
Question: do they have bright orange hair?
Maybe she was like a cobra Lamia.
Corns.
Like a red. Yeah.
Oh, the king snake.
Yeah, there you go.
King Lamia. Queen Lamia?
Anyway.
It was all twirled up and I don't know.
Real fancy like?
So you
She
remember
looked
her?
like a noble to me. I assume she came from some kind of noble family.
She's
but she
Making
I don't
plenty of
know.
money on that paradise then.
Maybe they did they register in the town in any way? Do you think as a business in order to open right outside your gates?
No,
Did they have any kind of deal with the mayor?
There's no way they were gonna have a deal with with the mayor. This is a holy town, sir. And she looks down and sees your symbol. Oh, you're a man of Erastil as well. You should know. Erastil would never stand for all this gambling and tomfoolery.
Indeed. Family first.
Are you here to work for Malin? Over at the church?
I haven't been there yet. Wasn't aware it was there.
Oh, you definitely should. They've got a real nice church over there. I go every week.
I think I should. Yeah. Well, I hope your husband feels better.
Oh,
I hope so
before we
too.
go, do you have any larger tents for sale?
Large tents, yeah, they're right over there.
All right.
She points out in the back.
And I go and grab a couple 4-person tents, 2 4-person tents, 5 gold apiece. And we'll give her 11 gold just to be like that.
Oh, well, thank you. You're mighty kind.
Oh, you've given us some good information and seems like a fair trade.
Well, I don't know what information about a boat
Sunk
explosion is
ship
going to do.
is worth.
But
You're better off not knowing.
Well,
that's
then,
fine by
let
me.
me
I'll
ask
take
you-
the gold.
let me ask you one more thing. What do you think of the black arrows? Do they come around here often?
Oh yeah, they come down all the time. They're half my business.
Imagine so.
That business dried up lately. Don't know what kind of
They
party
treat-
they're having, but
They treat the townsfolk well generally?
yeah, most of them are nice enough. Some of them they're not all great people, but I think a lot of them are trying.
You suppose many of them were on the boat that night? Could that be where they all went?
The Black Arrows on the Paradise? I think their commander would have their head for that.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
I heard he's really strict. He's half the reason why they all behave.
Yeah, you have to be. keep that kind of crew in line. All right. Well, I think that's all there is to say here.
Aye, thank you
Thanks
kindly.
for your time and your wares.
Yeah, no problem. Come in anytime you need stuff. We get new shipments every moon day.
Surely will.
Go ahead and step outside then.
Start heading out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you guys step outside and Shalelu follows. She's stuffing a few arrows back into her quiver and polishing up a dagger with the new whetstone that she just got.
Do you suppose it's worth the time it would take to visit the church as well? They might know a little bit more about the ship.
If you'd like, you can head over there and we can grab the horses and meet you. Not one for religious things, but it's up to you.
It's more of an information gathering mission, but
I think you'd be best to gather information
yeah, I
from
can do it.
Aye,
religious
we'll just-
folks.
Sure.
We'll just grab the horses and meet you there. Be outside waiting.
Well, if you send me alone, it could be a lot longer than you expect.
Get chatting.
If I have to come in for you, I'll send Phelan.
Perfect.
Okay.
The big Phelan.
You don't know that he's
Yes.
big yet.
Oh, yeah. Stick his head in the door.
But he's really bigger than this.
Oh, aye, regular sized Phelan, not tiny Phelan. Well, tiny Phelan might be
Your
adorable running up
connection is unstable.
the hall there.
Tumbling up.
Seems fine to
Okay.
All right. Get the horses.
So, you guys head back out into the rain. Oh, whoops. I moved the dot.
Something's happened to Adam, it looks like.
He did say he was saying that his connection seemed unstable, so now he is
He said it was
Frozen.
unstable, then he said it seems fine though, and then froze.
frozen in time.
Famous last words.
All right.
Oh, dear.
While Gunn is out looking for the.
Oh yeah, I think I'm dropping again.
Oh boy.
Let's
Oh.
Okay.
Reconnecting?
We'll hope that he reconnects. But while that's happening, Phelan and Asher. So you guys make your way back to.
Ooh, only Phelan and Asher.
Sorry, Phelan,
Not
Asher,
Greshy.
and Greshy.
He does
There we
not come along.
go. Phelan, Asher, and Greshy. Oh, hey, he's back.
Ah, there
I
you are.
lost the call without losing the internet, apparently. So
Cool.
You're back. That's what's
Easy
important.
enough. Okay, so Phelan and Asher and Greshy go to get the horses. I forget where we said the horses were.
I believe they're. Oh,
They're
I
by
believe
the
they were just
ferry,
right next to the
I thought.
ferry, like right
Down
there.
this way.
Yeah.
Oh, was it that one?
Okay.
I think it was that.
All right.
The further one?
that.
Whichever.
Sorry. Okay, you guys head on over to the stable to get the horses, while Gunn, you presumably ask for directions to the church.
Yep.
Just follow your
I'm
gut.
gonna guess
Our Astral will
that
tell you.
one across from I'm gonna guess it's that one across from this graveyard.
Well,
Origins
that
to it.
would be an incorrect guess, as
Okay.
it is actually on the far side of town by the water.
Oh wow.
Oh,
It is
Ah.
the biggest building though. Since this is a
Alright, well.
religious town.
Walk that way, and then I'll see. Oh, that's up there.
just make his way down. Working his way downtown, walking fast.
He's
yeah.
past, he's
need to
homebound.
stop.
Oh,
Closing the-
wow. This is nice.
Yeah, it's definitely the largest building in town. And as you approach, you can see there is a massive, like wooden sculpture of a stag, on like out front, over the main doorway, as well as there's a big.
I'm freezing
clock-
again.
Oh, you're freezing? Oh. Oh no.
guys just fine. I can hear you guys just fine.
Okay, you can hear
Well,
us.
that's funny.
All right.
I can
Well,
hear
we'll
you
just-
too, but your camera freezing is quite interesting.
Well, I just won't look at the camera. Okay, so yeah, you approach the church, and rain is just falling, bouncing or sliding down the stone walls. The upper floor has a steeple made of wood. It looks like kind of an attachment. The doors are closed, but not barred or anything. It looks like you could just walk on up. And he's gone? Or he's still there? You still there, Adam? Gunn? Gunn! Okay. Well,
Dun, dun,
while-
da, da, da,
It's a
da,
good
da, dun,
face.
dun,
Oh,
dun.
there he is.
Tell you
He's
what,
back.
if I need to, I can hear most of the times. If me, I'll send back over chat.
Sure.
I mean, all right.
But unfortunately, that means I can't like do my nice little.
Well, I mean, you're visible right now,
You're
so
fine right now, so let's do it quick while you're here.
All right,
Let's
I
go
did it.
fast.
go
I
wrestle.
did a little bow.
Okay.
Bow in the
Silence.
horns.
Yeah, you bow and throw the horns to
Yeah.
Rastal,
Yep.
as you prepare to step into his holy place. And as you enter, you see it's fairly Spartan. It's a lot of the interior is just like wood benches along a hardwood floor. A very simple pew at the far end. At the back, there's a small desk where a priest is sitting, or he's actually sitting back in a chair, his legs kicked up on the table. He has a big he's a dark-skinned gentleman, and has a massive like what do you call these hats?
Chapeau?
Is that what they're
Oak
called?
hat?
Like a deer head hat with antlers on it, maybe.
Yeah, like you'd get in. I'm like,
How did I
thinking of
know?
I'm thinking of those like lodges in like the Flintstones.
Oh.
Oh, those things.
The weird like.
I don't know what those are
men's
called.
clothes.
Is it like a?
The like
a
buffalo
skull?
cap.
Yeah, like
on
the
it, or
buffalo
is it-
cap things. No, it doesn't have like a
Okay.
proper skull.
Didn't,
actually,
didn't
it
they
does,
look like
Is it more like the skin?
the English
The hard
guard hat?
Yeah, kind of. This tall. It's like a really tall hat with basically antlers and like fur all around it. It doesn't have a full
Okay.
like deer's head or anything.
Okay.
It looks like the remnants of a hunt. A
Nice.
yeoman warder hat, is that what they're called?
Just trying to look it up real quick. I'm not sure.
That's a.
Now I want to see
Right.
what that is.
Okay, well.
Apparently not.
No.
Wrong.
Oh no, like the poofy ones. It looks like they're gonna clean someone's ear with.
Yeah, well, I think if you're part
The
of the
Queen's
generation that
Guard.
saw the Flintstones, you
In any
remember
case,
these hats. It's one of
I'm
those.
with you on buffalo headdress.
Buffalo Hat Man. He's covered in like animal furs, and he's got his arms crossed, and the hat is like tilted over his brow. He seems to be asleep when you enter.
I'll knock loudly on the door as I enter.
He adjusts his hat.
Good morning. Good morning, brother.
Good morning. Sorry, I
Oh.
slept in a bit. He looks at your symbol of Erastil. Oh, sorry. Do you actually have the symbol of Erastil on
Yeah.
your clothing, generally?
Yeah, it's silver.
Okay.
I got a silver amulet. I'm wearing right next to the Sahedron one, but the Sahedron one's tucked in. And
Okay. I didn't know if you
Unless
like
I-
hide it
unless I
while
swap
you're.
No.
Okay.
Not generally.
When you have your armor glamored. Okay, so he sees that and another one of the faithful. Welcome to our church.
Yes, I'll shake his hand. I'll say, yes, I'm Gunn Shough. I'm out of Sandpoint, but traveling all around here doing Rastal's works.
Oh, good to meet you, Brother Shough. I'm Malin Shreed. I'm head of this church and mayor of the town. How
Oh,
can I help you?
then you're just the man I want to talk to. We came up to investigate. Me and my companions came to investigate a couple of strange goings on around these parts. Namely, might be related. The Black Arrow's disappearance and the sinking of the Paradise.
He kind of adjusts his furs. Those are two very odd matters, yes. What would you... I'd be honored to help in your investigation, brother.
Well, we are about to make our way to Fort Rannoch, since it seems like no one's heard from the Black Arrows in several weeks. And that seems straightforward enough. We'll just go see what's out there. But the sinking of the Paradise seems an altogether different matter. No one seems to be quite sure what to think about it, why it happened, how many went down, and who even managed it, or what they were doing here in the first place.
Yes, it has been quite the problem. I've been trying to help the people grieve and look past it, but it's been tough. Almost everyone knows someone or has a family member who was lost in that fateful night.
How long had the ship been staying around the town, around Turtleback Ferry?
It had been coming here for some time. First in just for once a week, then for much longer periods. Let me see if I can give you a better answer than that, or something a little bit more detailed. Let's see. Paradise. Well, that Lucretia woman who runs the ship, she actually first started showing up a few years ago. She bought one of the old barges that they used to do for river tours and refurbished it. Since then, she's been running the Paradise up and down the river. Hell if I know where she goes outside of that. I heard they sometimes take them all the way out to sea and have week-long stints out in the ocean.
Sounds like a good, honest business. Except for
There's no honesty to be had
the
in
rumors.
that sort of gambling.
Do you think they were cheating people? Or just preying on their baser natures?
Preying on their baser natures. We have a community to run and build here, and people were squirreling away their funds on frivolous pursuits. And now look what happened to them all.
It is a shame.
It
Well,
was tragic that they looked away from the light.
to be honest, I think might be that Lucretia was involved in some even more unsavory pursuits, and those are what we're following up, trying to root out some of the occult. Do you happen to know what this? And I'll dig out the other amulet. And I'll say, do you recognize this symbol? We've seen it on a lot of the townsfolk.
You show him He
It's a
like he takes it in his hand just to get a closer look, and then pushes it back towards you. It does look like that strange tattoo a lot of people were getting.
Were they getting that because of the paradise?
Yes, I heard it was some kind of members only benefit. I've never been on the ship myself, so I couldn't really tell you what for. But once one person got it, it suddenly seemed like everyone had it.
But fairly innocent from the townsfolk side, it seems. This sign is actually been responsible for quite a lot of trouble recently down in Magnamar and other parts. What with fey creatures and dark cults worshipping unknown gods of murder.
I did think it looked like an occult symbol. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with its meaning. Is it some kind of rune?
We're still trying to discern the true meaning, but it's related to an ancient religion and an ancient people.
Odd.
In any case,
I'm afraid I can't help you much with that.
all right. So Lucretia herself, she died on the ship, as far as you know?
Yes, as far as I'm aware. A lot
Any
of the
of
bodies
her-
were...
Any of her other employees, were they extracted?
He's trying to think. No, I don't think any of the staff of the ship were saved. Most people weren't able to get out there until it was too late. A lot of the people who did make it got severe burns or...
Ooh. Why do you suppose it burned so hot on the ship? Granted it's made of wood. It's a river barge. But did it seem unusual to you?
Well, it definitely was unusual. But
Did it seem strange for it to burn so bright and hot that you could see it from the town for such a long time?
well, I've never seen a fire quite like that, so I imagine, yeah.
Seen other ships burn around here? Does it happen occasionally?
It's in all the years I've been here, only a couple times when some drunkard drops a torch on deck and
And those are nothing like what happened to the Paradise.
Well, the Paradise was a bigger ship than most of those. I wouldn't rule out something dangerous or magical. But
Yeah, I'm just
unfortunately,
thinking perhaps they were carrying oil or gunpowder, or perhaps there was some magic involved.
It's possible. Unfortunately, the whole thing's down at the bottom of the lake now. Everybody I sent to go investigate it couldn't bring back anything.
Do you know the? Do I have the map on me?
Yes, you do.
Can you, if I show him the picture of the lake, I said, do you know whereabouts in the lake it was when it went down? Could you make a mark?
Sure. He basically just points like pretty.
Maybe we
close to
can investigate the wreckage ourselves at some point.
Yeah, he'll just point to like the dead center of the lake. And you can marks it if you've got a pen or ink or something.
I don't think I have a pen, but
he just in that well, he would have one. He
I have
takes
chalk.
No, he's got ink and quills. He opens a drawer in his wooden desk, pulls out some ink and a quill, and dips in circles, or like just does like a little mark on the map.
Chalk
Right
is
about
probably in
here.
my pack in the bag of holding anyway.
A lot of the stuff drifted downstream, but I think the
Hmm.
bulk of the boat's still down there somewhere.
Would you object to I and my companions investigating the wreckage?
No, go right ahead. I don't know how you're going to get down there, but
We may find a way if we have to. Okay. Anything else to mention to him? Anyone else want to remind me of anything that I was supposed to bring up?
Nothing comes to mind offhand.
No, nothing
To be
here.
honest, I'm not sure entirely what else
my
you were.
brains for previous conversations to see if
Mhm.
there was anything that we needed to talk about.
Fraser Astle.
Um,
well, friend Gunn, I'm more than happy to assist in your investigation. I can, I have duties for the town here, but if you or your companions ever need any spells cast, I can offer that for free.
oh, that's very kind of you.
And he stands up and makes to shake your hand. The hardest task becomes easy with a friend. And you recognize this as one of Erastel's many aphorisms that many of his followers say.
So it does that. So, okay. I guess I'll head out.
Okay.
See if they're outside. See if the group is outside.
Yeah, I guess at this point they're probably just all hanging out in the middle of town.
I don't think we
Out
knew
together.
unless we overheard where the directions
Yeah,
were to
I
this
didn't
place.
know where the church was.
I mean, you could, if you wanted, you could ask around.
I'll just head back
I'm
to
not
the square.
All right, I'm gonna drop a giant shillelagh on the map.
Oh,
It's
Waiting for it.
loading.
where
Waiting
is
for it.
It's loading. It's loading.
Uh-oh.
I don't know why it's taking so long to load.
Because she's huge.
Blah. Where is she?
Ah!
There she is.
There's your
Hey,
giant.
Shillelagh. What's going on there?
She is an extra large creature.
Uh,
All right, let's make her a bit more reasonable. Okay.
Hello, Shalelu.
all right.
Where should we find him? It's getting quite wet out here.
It's a bit.
I'm sure he'll come back. Oh, look. There he is.
Hello.
Hello, Gunn.
Oh, I got some quite good information.
I did,
I'll tell you
yeah.
about it as we go.
All right.
All right. So here's your horse,
Ah, thanks.
and you can borrow Kapal, and then
Greshy,
Greshy
you're
will
gonna walk?
Greshy will run his fingers along the collar of Phelan's. Well, we'll put him on the ground and then run his fingers along the collar of Phelan's.
We
neck.
really do need you to keep up, Greshy.
I'll be fine.
Whoa!
Ooh.
And as he says that, Phelan just grows to larger and larger proportions, and his fur becomes greener and mossier, and the mud recakes. He ages up back to his present age. When he's small, he actually does age down to like puppy form.
Nice.
But now he's gotten quite large.
My goodness, Phelan.
So big. And
He's grown up a bit.
beautiful.
Been
He's like a horse.
eating
Well.
your oatmeal.
Well, give me just a moment, and I'll spend a few minutes adjusting his barding to be a more appropriate size. So I have that.
It's a little hard to
line
do
range.
because he's constantly shaking off the rain, like every 3 seconds.
Come on,
But you're,
Phelan,
you're struggling to like pull the straps.
Phelan, I need to hang on. Right in the eye. Ugh. Oh, I'll get there eventually. And once the barding's on, I'll clamber up onto the back little saddle that we've got there.
Okay.
Ready when you are.
Climb on top.
Yay.
The art,
That's awesome.
the art doesn't have a saddle. These are just heads as icons. So I'm gonna just.
They've
throw
combined.
We are one.
He's now sitting on
I
top
think-
of his head.
Yes.
Fort Rannoch is known to us where it is, yes? This time? Before we leave town?
No, not yet. But Shalelu knows. She probably would have been talking to Greshy and Asher about where it is. She had been inquiring about it in town, and has some rough directions. You'll be going a couple miles north out of town, crossing the bridge across to the other side of the river. Continuing north some miles until you reach there's a sign for what's it called? Here, I'll just go to the map so I can better explain this. Zoom. Skulls Crossing. There we go. Let's zoom over here. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Enhance. Okay. Move you guys out of the way. So you guys you're at Turtleback Ferry. You're going to go north across the river, or take a stone bridge across the river, continue north up towards Skulls Crossing. But when you hit when you're almost at Skulls Crossing, there's a signpost and a fork in the path. You'll go west towards Fort Rannoch, and there's a sign for it.
Oh, shouldn't be too hard to get to. Just take a bit.
Okay. So you guys make your way up the mountain with Shalelu
Aye.
and all of your horses.
So, look with me at the letter from the sister.
Hmm.
It
Sure.
may
Go
interest you to know that my plan to nurture greed in this backwater has blossomed. The quality of greed in a soul is so much more refined when it is given the proper care. She writes. This aligns quite well with the paradise, the gambling ship, which the whole town has been addicted to.
They were absolutely using it as a farm.
Yep. They were farming greed, and most likely, I would say that the fire and the sinking of the ship was their harvest. Was intentional. They say none of the hands survived, but I would wager that all of them who are in league with what's her name? Is it
Lucretia?
Lucretia.
Probably survived and just didn't go back to the town.
Well, if you read further on in the letter, it looks like they might have made their way over to Fort Rannoch and taken it over, which would also explain where the Black Arrows have disappeared to.
Fort Rannoch should be in our control by the time you receive this letter.
Aye.
All right, 2 birds, 1 stone. And if I had to guess, she has some sort of fire control or fire-based powers. Given how bright the ship burned, it was like nothing they had seen here in town. So if there's
Aye.
anything we can specialize against fire,
Well,
that
it helps that
may
it's
aid us.
raining out. That does do us a bit of good.
Well, hopefully she's weak to arrows through the heart, says Shalelu, as she's like just adjusting one of her arrows.
Amen
Oh.
to that.
Once we track her down, we'll see what happens. Should be.
It means we need to be careful as we approach the fort.
It's a fair point. So, we'll keep going until we get in sight of it, and then try and be more cautious. Look around, that sort of thing.
Okay, so you guys are going up some trails through the mountains. It is pretty heavily wooded, so you're probably not going to catch sight of anything.
Okay.
But as you guys are exploring, since we are in exploration mode, let's go ahead and use the exploration mode rules. 'Cause that's a thing that I rarely do, or rarely call out.
Most people rarely do, but I think we're doing a good job at using them when it's appropriate.
Yeah, so I'll try and where did the exploration rules go? Exploration mode. Okay, so this is on page 479. We have a bunch of different things you guys can be doing. So you guys are all riding your horses or dog, as it were, as you guys make your way up the trail. I just need everybody to pick a task, or pick an activity that they're doing during exploration. You can do things like avoid notice, which is move stealthily through the woods. You can defend, meaning you've got your shield out and are ready if combat breaks out. You can be detecting magic. You can be following an expert. You can be hustling. You guys could be like doubling your travel speed if you want to rush to Fort Rannoch. Investigating, you could be keeping an eye out on your surroundings. You could be casting spells. You could have somebody scouting ahead, checking for danger, or you could be searching a bit more meticulously as you make your way through the woods. And you can each be doing different
Scout
things.
ahead.
What's Shillelagh doing?
Shillelagh would probably scout ahead as well if Asher's scouting ahead.
Yeah, I'll scout ahead.
Okay.
Well, she might watch the rear. If Asher's going to scout ahead, she'll probably try
okay.
back to make
Scouting
sure
is moving half speed, so we might not want to do that until we get closer.
Sure.
I will. Well, I mean, I don't. It's close enough. I don't think moving at half speed is still going to prevent us from getting to the farts in one day. So, still might not be a bad thing.
Yeah, you guys. It'll take a few hours, but.
So I would say I'll search at half speed.
Okay. If Asher and Shillelagh are scouting, you're searching.
Aye. So, but specifically, I'm searching at half speed, so it's not going to be as thorough as
I see.
a normal search might be, but it will be still trying to pick out any more blatant places, like around corners, that sort of thing, to try and just make sure there aren't any traps rigged along the way.
Okay. And go. If there's something you want to do that's not listed, we can also create.
Well,
things.
there's search and investigate. I'm just trying to look at the difference between them.
Oh, I see.
Search is looking for traps. Investigate is looking for clues, I guess.
I think investigate's more informational, whereas search is more about secret, hidden things like hidden doors, hidden traps.
If you're doing search, then I'll do investigate.
Sure, that sounds good.
Okay. All right. So you guys make your way through the woods, up the trail. You're having to kind of single file with Asher way up ahead, Shillelagh way behind, and the other two sort of in the center, moving a bit slower. As you guys are making your way, the woods are quiet as rain continues to fall. Just constant stream of droplets falling down on your heads, making the ground quite wet and muddy. Yes, the woods are lovely, dark, and deep. Let's see. Okay. As you guys are moving along, you notice that so you pass over the northern bridge across the river, and are making your way up the trail. And let's see. Sorry, I was gonna say something and I forgot what I was gonna say. Who was searching and investigating? That was Gunn and that's everybody. Give me a perception
Reverse
check.
it.
A
I'll
what
take
check?
perceptions from everyone.
Okay.
All right, would it be perception or thievery?
Oh,
For mine.
Thievery for yours, yeah.
Okay. I think the stat's the same, but just double checking.
Ooh, a 31
Enough.
for me.
Investigate is a recall knowledge, and so I'll be mentioning that in a second.
I got a 29.
I'm not sure I have
29. Okay.
it. A natural one again. No, that's the old one.
No.
17.
17. Okay. 31 from Asher, and I guess I should do Shough. Okay. Shough doesn't hear much. Asher, you're the first to hear it, but Greshy, you hear it not too long after. There's this kind of low, like, wailing sound, like a cat in pain, coming from off the trail. Asher, since you're up ahead, you can also hear the sound of dogs barking way off in the distance. The cat, the sound of the, like, maybe like a mountain lion or something, roaring, that seems to be a lot closer. And the dog sounds are coming from a bit further north.
Investigate the cat sound.
Sorry, I missed the first half of that sentence. What?
Oh, can I investigate the cat sound?
Sure. Yeah.
Sneakily.
Yeah. Give me a stealth check.
Ooh, come on, stealth. Where are you? A 32.
It's not bad.
32.
Sneaky.
Okay. So, Gunn and Greshy, you can see up ahead that Asher, like, turns back to look at you guys, and then starts. Do you stay on the horse, or do you, like, hop off the horse?
I hop
Sure.
off the horse.
Okay. You
Or blitz.
slow the horse down, blitz,
He's just
climb
not
off,
stealthy.
and sneak into the woods. The others, you all see this happen.
Time to go poop.
But we can also hear the sound, or not?
Gunn can't hear it, but Greshy can.
So I can tell that Asher's kind of going the direction the sound is coming from.
Yeah, the cat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if
What's this about, Greshy?
there's some sort of noise out, sounds like a cat of some sort. Assuming Asher's going after that. Might as well.
Sounds
We should probably go support him.
Yeah, sounds worth following.
Is Shalelu close enough that we can motion for her to join us?
Yeah, you guys slow down a little bit, and Shough rides up, and it's like, "Hey, what's up?"
There's something out in the woods we're gonna go check out. It's some sort of cat making a noise. Not sure what's going on.
Cat.
I'm not sure.
How far
Asher's
have
already made his way over, so
How
Sure.
far have we traveled at this point?
You've traveled about 8 miles.
Okay, so we're 2/3 of the way there ish.
Yeah, roughly.
We're closer to the fort than the town.
Yes.
Then
Um,
yeah, let's all go together.
okay.
Tie the horses to a
Um,
tree.
Whoa, something. Hold on. One sec. This map is like glitching out.
oh no,
Okay.
you're on the wrong layer.
No, I had an animated effect, but I'm gonna delete it.
Oh,
Okay, so Asher, you are sneaking through the woods. Let me go ahead and move you guys over here. As you're making your way through the woods, you see up ahead, you see the source of the sound. And let's move you over to this map. zoom.
Wait.
As you're sneaking up, you see a fire pelt cougar.
Oh, it's like the... Yeah, we've seen that before. Well, not maybe this one.
This one seems a bit
We've seen a
larger
baby
than.
one.
Yes, you've seen Gogmert's
Aye.
animal companion. This one seems a bit larger than his. Not terribly larger, but a bit more fully grown. And one of its hind legs is stuck in a bear trap. And it's tugging at it. And it's like kind of doubled back on itself and is trying to, like, with its teeth, trying to pry it open, and occasionally stopping and giving a brief moan.
Wow. Times like these, I wish I took animal empathy.
Luckily,
But instead,
somebody
I'm
around here
just a
does.
dunce who wants to help the kitty cat.
And it hasn't noticed you. You've been sneaky.
All right.
Do I have reason to believe that these cougars are intelligent? Or are they like just basically like talking to an animal would be?
Ooh, sorry, nature, I guess. Those would be a nature check. To know things about nature.
31.
31. Some firepelt cougars can be quite intelligent, but they're still definitely animals. So they'd be like talking to a dog. If it was trained, you'd probably have an easier time speaking to it in some way and communicating some empathy, but if it's untrained, then definitely not.
I can go diplomacy a cat.
It is basically a
I don't
large
know.
cat. It's like the size of a cougar. It is a cougar. It's a firepelt cougar. It's got it's kind of like a deep purple fur with these bright orange lines that run through its back.
Well, I'm gonna slowly get closer. I'm not gonna draw any weapons or anything. And try and stay behind these trees. Is this a stump or an actual tree up
It's
here?
an actual tree.
Okay.
I just didn't put tops on all the trees.
Sneak until I have to do a check. I'm gonna go these rocks.
No, you succeeded your check, so you can move as close as you want.
I don't-
Asher just kind of tiptoes towards it, trying to get a good look at it.
Which way is the cat facing?
It's currently just kind of pawing at its. Let's see. It's facing southwest. Sorry.
Oh, I've gone the wrong way.
But I mean, it is kind of like looking down at its situation.
I'm behind this bush. There we go.
Hey, you dart out behind a bush. Are you trying to get its attention? Or?
I'm trying to. Can I consider like what the best way to approach an animal who is hurt is? I don't know if there's a thought for that.
I mean, approaching cautiously, like with your hands out. Maybe puff yourself up, or like have food in hand. Injured animals can be kind of dangerous if you get too close. But this one's kind of stuck where it is.
Do I have? I do have food. I have some rations.
You really have two options, I would say. One is to try to sneak up on it and subdue it, and the other is to try and get it to calm down. And that second one is going to be really difficult since its leg is stuck in a bear trap.
Well, that's the one I'm going for. I don't think I'd try and subdue the poor cat. So I'm gonna take some food out, and I'm gonna slowly come out from behind the bush, not looking as least scary as I possibly can with the food, and be like, "Hey, hey, kitty."
The cat turns startled and looks at you.
Oh.
It's kind of got its forepaws like out, like it's ready to run. And it sees you. It looks up at you with its like beady black eyes. And give me a nature check. to handle animal?
A 19.
A 19. It looks at you for a moment, and you're just kind of like, you're not sure what to do. There's like a few moments of silence as you're just staring at each other. And then it kind of turns its head and whimpers and tries to lick at its paw, and then looks at you.
Oh no. I'm gonna slowly approach and say, I can get your paw out if you don't attack me.
It whimpers, and its tail kind of slowly flicks back and forth.
Alright.
Luckily, it understands common.
The food. So I'm gonna reach out as I get closer with the food and kind of put the food on the ground in front of its
Say,
face.
Tail whipping back and forth means different in cat than dog, Greshy. It's part of why cats and dogs don't get along.
It lays down by and puts its head by the food, and its tail kind of curls back up, and it continues to like whine in pain.
Alright, I'm gonna approach its leg with the trap, and assuming nothing has happened, I'm gonna attempt to open the trap.
Okay. If you just want to try and pry it open, that'll be athletics. If you're gonna try and disable it in some other kind of engineering-y way, then that'd be a thievery check.
Ooh. Where's my thievery? Oh, my thievery is slightly better than my athletics. So let's try that and hope I don't destroy its foot. 22.
22. Okay. So you approach and take you kind of run your hands over the rusted metal. And this thing, there's a lot of dried blood on it. It's made of kind of like just rusted parts that have been kind of thrown together. Not quite goblin make, but definitely not like standard manufacture. You're able to find the right pins to remove, and the trap releases, and the spring disables, and the cat pulls its leg out. It is freed.
Alright, I'm gonna back away from the cat after I do that.
The cat looks up at you and walks towards you.
Oh, hello. Does it look friendly when it's
Roll
doing
for
that?
initiative.
No, I helped.
It doesn't look unfriendly. It's not like hissing at you. It's just looking up at you.
I'm gonna hold out my hand.
It reaches out with its mouth towards your leg
Oh, my leg.
and like bites gently at your pants and like pulls the tug slightly and lets go and then turns and looks.
Wow.
Oh. It turned in what? Sorry, I didn't catch the last
It
part.
turns and looks.
Come with me.
Off
Let
in
me show
that
you my
direction.
babies.
Ooh.
What I made.
Well, I'm certainly gonna follow the cat.
How far behind is the rest of us?
You guys are just now getting there, so let me go ahead and put you guys.
We're trying to be sneaky, or at least I'm trying to be sneaky somewhat as well.
Good for you.
Oh no, Greshy.
Greshy's riding Phelan through the woods.
I mean, you could ride. I mean, Phelan can stealth, right?
Actually, what is his stealth modifier right now? Yeah, actually, you could try. It's not negligible.
Forest kitty. Forest puppy.
Sorry, I'm
Pardon?
getting you guys on here. Okay.
Oh.
It doesn't really
There we
matter
are.
whether or not you approach super stealthily, but you guys you try to approach as quietly as you can, or at least Shalelu and Gunn do, while Greshy is following up from behind. and you see Asher there with the cat, and you guys can hear as you're approaching, you can hear loud barking, getting closer.
Well, if Asher is friendly with the cat, then you can probably
We're
step out in the
friends.
open as well. Be like,
Hmm.
oh, I see you made a new friend.
It turns
Process
to look at the
of.
rest of you.
Oh. Oh
It doesn't
no,
do
it's
anything.
okay,
it's
kitty.
just looking at you all.
These are my friends.
How,
They're not mean.
how hurt is this cat?
Got its leg caught.
Its
So
leg
its
is
back
pretty
leg is
badly.
hurt.
Yeah, its back leg
You
is
s-
hurt pretty bad, and it's still bleeding.
Do you suppose it might allow me to get close to our...
You don't need to if you don't want to.
I would want to. If we're
I
making
was-
a friend here, I
Okay, go right
seems
ahead.
as though he's being... I mean, we've got a pack of hounds coming this way.
Okay, so Gunn cautiously walks forward. It doesn't seem to be like reacting negatively to you. It allows you to approach.
If I can reach out and touch the cat, it doesn't have to be on the wound, but I'll probably try and touch right
Yeah,
where
you
the
kind of
use
like
my-
brush your hand over the wound.
use a
storing hit
use
points.
charge of lay on hands.
Okay, how much healing does that give?
That gives 24.
24. Okay. The wound basically closes up completely, and is fresh as new. The cat
Yes.
purrs and licks your
We're
leg.
whoa, hello.
Got cat kisses.
Aw,
And then it grabs at your tabard and tries to pull.
oh my.
I think it wants us to
okay.
follow it somewhere.
Yes.
I was getting that impression.
All right. Well, let's
Follow the cat.
go.
Lead the way.
There's whatever that is, it's coming this way.
It is coming fast, in fact. And as you guys start to make your way behind the cat, or sorry, oops, I'm stacking you. As you guys are following the cat, a bunch of hounds burst into. Well, it's not really clearing, but
Cat heading towards them or away from them?
the cat is heading kind of diagonally
Interesting.
in their
Northwest.
direction. Yeah, the cat is heading northwest, but the hounds are all coming from the north.
Interesting.
5 of these
Okay,
hounds.
so he's heading towards something else. He or she.
And we're gonna go ahead and start a battle. Vroom.
All right.
Sweet.
Go ahead and roll initiatives, please. As hounds
So-
burst from the woods, barking and
Select the
yipping.
token.
Ooh, Greshy.
Not too bad.
The same.
Oh,
Come
on.
God.
Oh no.
13.
Oh,
That's a nat one.
Add that, this, so many things.
It's fine.
Okay, so
That just means I
hounds-
get to react to what's happening.
aye. You're better prepared than the rest of us. What's your dex, Asher?
My
Charlotte?
dex, like my normal dex, is
Aye.
like the small number, the large number.
Either.
So it's 4.
Okay, so I think that makes you a little bit faster than me. Actually, I don't know if it is going off our perception. I don't remember how Taser handled.
To this day, my
you guys
favorite
can
take
pick.
on an
If you
initiative
guys have
in a
the same
game.
number, you can pick.
All right.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Would you like to go first?
Don't ask.
I will go first.
All
That
right.
seem thematic.
Okay, so the wolves.
You're taking the lead on all everything else here, so
Now I have to figure out what the heck I'm doing.
Where's their initiative? Okay, there it is. 22.
Say my favorite take on initiative in a tabletop game is BattleTech, where high initiative gets to move last and act first.
Starship combats in Starfinder is very similar, actually.
They probably took it from BattleTech.
That's probably true.
Oh wow. What was that?
That way you get to see, like, the combat round is split into two cycles. You get to see where everyone's going to be. Yeah,
Starship
it
Combat and
works very well.
Starfinder, they actually resolve damage all at the same time, so it's a bit of nice. Okay.
It means you can set up cover
Mhm.
if you have high initiative, and the enemy really can't.
Round. This one. Okay.
And you
All right.
reroll it every round.
So this is the top of round 1 as these wolves burst onto the scene. Asher, you are up first with 34. Greshy will also be at 34. The Cougar is at 27. The Wolves are at 22. Gunn is at 13, and Shough is at 13.
All right. Doot.
So, Asher, what would you like to do?
So the one I can see the best looks to be the hound in front. The others look like they're behind trees. This guy up
yes.
here.
Yeah, that's probably the best one you can see.
Okay,
Here,
I
let me
see.
number them real quick so that we
Yeah.
Numbers useful.
have numbers to go by. So this closest hound is hound 1. And then we'll just do arbitrarily 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So yeah, one is the closest. You have a straight shot to it from through a gap in the trees.
All right. So I'm going to hunt prey number 1 in the front. It's my first action. As my second action, I'm gonna also give hunt prey to Gunn on the same target. So when his turn comes up, he will get. Yeah, let me just put it in so we can read what it does.
Not sure I'm going to be able to make it to that one, but
I assume they might run up, and if then you'll get it. If not, well.
okay.
Yep, they do have their turn before you, so
Yeah, that's true.
So I will give you.
I'll keep it in mind. It's +2 to hit and damage, or just damage.
I don't know why I can't put it in chat. Oh, there it
there it
goes.
is.
All right, so there's all your knowledge on hunt prey.
Okay, cool.
But it
Your
also shares
reading
your
pleasure.
Hunter's Edge benefit, right? Your precision damage.
Oh, yes, it does. Let's give that to. Sorry, this
Nice.
is a long.
No, that's fine.
The long block.
presentation.
Lots
I'm
of
sure I
information.
actually knew all the details.
Ooh. Yeah, so that'll give you an extra
Yes.
D8 of precision damage on your first hit. Against
So
target.
that's
Nice.
2, and then I'll use my quick draw to actually shoot at number 1 and see what happens with a
shoot.
30.
30 will hit. That is a critical.
Well, we might not need this, but let's try anyway.
It's not a +2 hit. It's just +2 to track and perceive.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll the damage on that.
22,
22 points of damage.
3,
Plus.
4, 5, plus 4 to that. So whatever that was. 15, 21.
So 26 total?
Yeah,
26 total.
26 is enough to kill it outright. So you're like, that one. You're like, Gunn, look, its legs are weak.
Watch this.
Watch
Shoot.
this.
Right through the brain.
Yeah, right through
Very
the.
nice.
Yeah, right.
Just
through the
imagining Asher trying to explain it and the crossbow just goes off and
No,
brings
see,
it.
that's good. I'm like, look, Gunn, this is how you kill it. So the next time we'll be able to do it.
Okay, a bolt through the skull kills that wolf, or not wolf, hound, as it's charging at you. Greshy.
All right. Greshy's first action is going to be to urge Phelan on. And so Phelan will take his 2 actions. That's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And 35, 40. Then second action will be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And we'll just get here. And while that's happening, Greshy's going to charge up a bit of electrical energy and start attacking with number 3. And a electric arc shoots out from his hands.
Okay.
Whenever I get over to the right
Phelan
place.
out into the fray and
Ooh.
shoot an electric arc. And they need to reflex save out of this. That is a sorry, on a 24. That's a failure, so it takes full damage. It's not crit failure though.
All right,
So
and
11
it
points
arcs to the
damage.
number 2 as well.
And number 2 also needs to save. That one is a success.
Okay, so then it takes 5 damage.
So they both have this much health because I forgot to put that in. And
Yeah, he's
11 and 5. Okay, so 11 damage to the first one and 5 damage to the second one. All right. The cougar's turn. Seeing you guys do all that, it is also going to charge out. 30, 40. Yeah, it'll use two actions to charge forward and a third action to try and pounce on this wolf. That will hit. And it bites the wolf in the neck and kind of tackles it, and the two are kind of tumbling there before the cougar hops off. Let me check if that actually does anything special real quick. Otherwise, fuck, it's their turn, so I can't use that time. There we go.
Can't protect you when you run all the way up there, Mr. Cougar. Or miss. I don't think we've checked.
That's true. Wasn't looking.
Yeah, no one sexed the.
I hope no one sucks in the cougar.
Wasn't that what you call it? Isn't that what it's called when you like determine the sex of a creature? Anyway,
It might be. I don't know. It just sounds funny when you say it that way,
I know that's why I said it.
especially with the other terminology cougar might mean. So
Pounce. 2 actions. Oh, I see. It wasn't flat-footed though, so no bonus.
I mean-
damage. All right.
It's not like Gunn would be all about that.
Oops. Okay, so
Where the
it's
other
pretty
terminology.
badly hurt. Gun. Sorry, no, wolves. Wolves. I almost skipped the wolves. All right, the wolves' turns. Fuck, hounds. The hounds' turns. Hey, hounds.
Hounds.
1 is dead.
Wolves.
2 is there's a lot of things to fight. I guess it's fighting the cougar, so it'll go for that. Tries to bite at the cougar. That will hit for its first attack. And that does... What is that, right? That much damage. And... I see... and the cougar is knocked down. So it's knocked prone by the attack. And then it will attack again. The second attack. That one will miss, even though it's on the ground. And a third attack for fun. That'll miss. So it's trying to snap at the cougar while it's down, but the cougar is using its paws to swat the dog away. Another of these black hounds, number 3, is going to run up and try and bite at Phelan. That is a total of... This was 16 to hit.
does not hit. Critical failure in case it matters.
Not in this case.
Okay.
And it'll do a second bite. That is also going to be a miss. And it had to move, right? So 4.
It did.
4 is going to... I guess it'll attack the cougar as well. Tries to bite, that'll hit. I'll just roll the attacks. Second attack will miss. But this first attack does this much. It bites at the cougar and gives it like kind of a glancing bite. It kind of scrapes its skin. It's bleeding a little bit, but not too badly. And then number 5 is also going to charge out. Well, there's a bunch of people over there, so... Oh, no. This one's going to charge over here. The cougar will try and bite it, and criticals.
What's the
Bite.
Oof.
That is a very strong hit. The wolf tries to slip past it to get to Phelan, is what's happened. And sorry, wolf, dog, hound. Hound tries to slip past it.
Hound.
Hound tries to slip past. Cougar bites it really hard in the leg. Does quite a bit of damage as slipping past, and Phelan is going to attack Phelan with its third action.
All right.
That won't hit. That's a 17.
No.
Cool. Gunn, your turn. Sorry, I'm
Well,
pretty
I don't
messy
think I
tonight.
can quite get there in one turn.
Could throw a rock at it.
Haven't
Get
seen
closer and then-
roll 22. I can't click myself anymore.
Oh, you're in ruler mode.
Oh,
It looks
that-
like. So switch out of ruler mode, and then you'll be able to do it.
That happens.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I was in ruler mode too. I would have
Yeah.
had the same problem.
Well, let's see. Can we run over these bushes but not the trees?
The bushes are difficult terrain.
Difficult terrain.
Yes.
I think I have a thing that lets me ignore that once. Maybe that was on the more advanced boots.
Mm,
I want to say that the
I actually do think. Hang on. Your fancy new boots.
yeah, you can until end of turn you can ignore difficult terrain when moving on the ground if you're wearing a cloak of all kind.
You have to activate it, but I think
That's the free action.
it's a free action.
So I will do that thanks to these fancy boots.
Mhm.
I can ignore
It also-
the difficult terrain.
Also gives you an extra 5 feet of movement.
That's one. That's as a one. That's a separate free action, I think, isn't it?
No, it's not.
No, oh, it's not. Okay.
If you're,
well,
as
I
long as
think-
you're wearing the cloak as well, you
Yes,
can do
I am.
both. Then yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, one action gets me here. In that case, 2 will get me here next to Phelan, but then I have to also draw my sword. So
Okay. So
I'll
you
do that.
come charging out, draw your sword, ready to fight. Shalelu's turn. She needs to move, so. Oh, whoops. I'm flipping her around.
and I'll also free action shout, "Stay close to me,"
She's.
or "Stay
going-
together."
Stay together. Okay. She tries to line up a shot. So she's gonna run out, quick draw her longbow, and shoot at number 4. That is a natural 1. She will shoot again. Try and hit. That is much better. Minus that, plus her attack bonus. That'll hit. And this is number 4. Okay, she hits that one in the side. As it's trying to attack the cougar. It's not much damage. It's looking pretty badly hurt, but otherwise still fighting. Top of the round. You guys hear something crashing through the woods to the north, and emerging out of the trees is a massive, deformed figure.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
That looks very unpleasant.
Yeah. I have a bigger version. It's a large, fleshy humanoid creature with long, pointy ears, quite flabby, quite fat. and in places looks slightly deformed. It's like the size of an ogre, but maybe a little bit smaller. It's very fleshy in color, and its left arm or left hand is all warped into being one giant finger.
Oh,
Like with a fingernail?
Yeah, with
And a
one
fingertip?
big fingernail. and
Like a
fingertip. Yeah, yeah, it's one kind of weird, elongated, warped finger.
I want to see the art.
it's always slipping you off.
Oh yeah, I have the art for it. Here you go, and he is wielding a spear. In his
Oh,
left
yeah, it is a
hand.
big finger.
Yeah, he's got one big finger.
Aye, it is
he's-
definitely always flipping you off.
And he's wearing nothing but a loincloth as he charges through the woods, entering combat. And he is at a... it's actually quite slow. So we'll go last. Oh, get him! Get him! He shouts as he's charging in. Asher.
No, don't do that.
All right, I'm gonna move and reload at the same time. 5, 10.
Okay, Asher charges closer to the rest of the group.
Hello, it's me. All right, so I'm gonna do that. I'm going to shoot or attempt to shoot at number 5. Can I shoot through Gunn?
You
Or is
can.
that
Gun just
hard?
provides cover. Yeah, soft cover.
All right, I'm gonna
Just curve the
try
crossbow
it
bolts.
anyway. All right, crossbow bolt, go! Oh no!
You didn't
Natural
curve it.
one.
That is not a curve.
Natural 1. Okay, you fire and you just barely miss. That kind of dinks off of Gunn's shoulder. Shoulder
That's
armor.
okay. I'm gonna move and reload again. 5. To this spot here. All right,
Okay,
and that's
Asher
my
tries
turn.
to go around the left flank to get a better shot as he's reloading his crossbow.
And is the bush considered cover, or
Yes,
For my next
the bush is considered cover. You can take cover behind it for more cover. I
Okay.
think it's a +2 by default, or a +3 or 4 if you actually take cover.
and
Greshy.
for me shooting through it,
Okay.
it's a +2 for the enemy, right?
No, if you're closer to it than the enemy is, it does not count as cover for them
Okay, perfect.
because you can kind of like pop out and shoot over it.
Pop up and down. All right, cool. That's my turn.
All right, Greshy.
All right. Get him, Phelan. Phelan goes after number 3 over there on the right. First. Maybe.
Oh,
That's a natural 20.
oh. For 35, that is definitely a critical hit. Phelan turns and bites this dog that's half his size.
And deals 38
And-
damage.
Just crunches its body. It falls limp as Phelan tosses it to the ground.
And
Yeah,
then he
lucky.
turns to number 2 and bites.
It's crunch time.
Unfortunately, that one does not hit. That's a 13. I'm pretty sure that misses.
Yeah, that'll actually miss. Phelan turns and woof, and tries to snap at that hound, but it jumps out of the way. Phelan's not quite used to his large, awkward size yet. Greshy.
Hey, Justin. And in the meantime, Greshy will... don't like the look of that big, ugly thing over there. I think he will still go ahead and focus on creatures here.
Okay.
Aye. So he's going to go ahead and cast another electric arc, targeting 2 and bounce into 5.
All right. So
There we go.
2 reflex saves, 2 and 5.
Yes.
2 fails. 5. Oh, the DC's 24. 5 fails
Aye.
as well. So they both fail. So they both
Do they
take
critically
13
fail or just fail?
points. Both of them just regularly fail.
Okay. So 13 damage each.
Hold on. Actually, Yes. No, it's fine. I don't know.
Okay.
In any case, 2
Math.
it burns from the electric shock and falls to the ground, sizzling. Number 5 is the other one. It takes 13 points of damage and is looking quite singed, but is still standing.
All right, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Those growl and the cougar gets back up on its feet with with its first action, and then for its second action, it's going to step behind number 5 to get flanking with Gunn. As it's distracted by Gunn, it turns around to bite at Gunn. The cougar will pounce upon it, and that will hit. And since it's flanking, it gets sneak attack. Okay, it bites. It catches the creature off guard, leaps onto its back, and bites into its haunches, and killing it. It falls to the ground as the cougar wrests it away from Gunn. The remaining wolf's turn. Only number 4 remains. It is actually going to turn and run.
Out of
Books
here.
it out of the forest.
Well,
Gunn, your turn.
Not very well trained.
Yeah, just kind of, it starts to whine and whimper and turns tail and just books it. Full speed.
All right. Well, let me see. How far? A little bit too far. I'm going to first action step up here. Second action prepare, or second and third action I can prepare a response, right?
aye.
Yes.
That's
it
ogre.
uses
It'll
2
use
actions
every
Ogre comes
and
in
a
range.
Mhm.
And a reaction?
Yeah,
I-
use 2 actions and
Right,
it's
that's
your
always what
reaction to
gets me.
trigger it. Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna raise my shield. I'm gonna step here, raise my shield, and I'm gonna taunt the ogre, or attempt to intimidate it
Okay.
with my gaze.
Ooh, intimidating glare.
You're going
Yeah.
to threaten it with your eyes.
All
I
right.
like it.
Go ahead and roll intimidation.
A 20 total.
A 20 and
Ugh.
do I remember how that works? Do you have intimidating glare in there, or does that
Yep.
just let you do it?
I
with...
do. Just a second. It lets me do it with no penalty without speaking.
Okay.
Just trying to remember what demoralize is.
Demoralize.
Probably a will save.
Here.
I think it's versus its will DC. Yes,
Will DC.
Aye, Will's DC.
So where is its will DC? There it is. Sorry, what was your total? 20?
20.
20.
That will succeed. And
I think that makes him-
is frightened 1.
Yeah.
Okay. You glare at him, and he kind of whoa.
I'll bang my
Confused.
sword on my shield.
Loud noises. Loud noises. All right. Shalelu, seeing as this is a good opportunity to attack since its AC is reduced, 1 by the frightened, she will go ahead and lay in some shots. So she'll just pull, draw, fire. So first attack, that will hit. Second attack, that should also hit. Yep, that'll hit. And third attack is a miss. So she hits with 2 of these. Arrows. Oh, meaty. Hey, sorry, what's its health? There it is. I'll move it here so I can actually give it a health bar. There we go. And minus its health. Okay, she lays in 2 solid hits into its side as it grumbles in pain. Oh, why you hurt me? Hunting. Be kill. And it's going to charge out towards Gunn. Rook is gonna get meat for mama. As it charges forward and strikes. This character's not.
Ruckus.
Ruckus.
Poor Ruckus. Poor Ruckus. Mama's gonna go hungry tonight.
Maybe. There we go. It's gonna stab at you with its spear. That is a 25 to hit your AC.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. And second attack. Sorry, do they have reach? No. Okay. Second attack is a natural 20 though. That'll hit. For
What's the total on it?
ooh, that's a good question.
I
Actually.
assume it's gonna be a crit, but
It
Well,
should be.
That's why we check.
yeah,
It'll hit. It may not crit though.
32.
Okay.
32 is not. Well, it is a hit.
Ooh,
32
yeah.
is a, yeah.
Okay, if 32 is a hit, then it becomes a
Yeah.
critical hit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Okay. Not great on the damage, but we'll take it. Plus that. 17 points of piercing damage as he stabs at you with the spear.
Piercing, say, okay.
Yes.
Since my shield is up, I'll go ahead and. I'll just take it.
Okay. You move the shield aside and decide to just tank the blow. Hits, scrapes your armor. Top of round 3, Asher.
Me. All right.
Sorry, so that should be
I'm
16 because it's frightened.
gonna hunt prey, the ogre. For myself.
Did you say it was?
It should be
less than
16.
32?
31.
Okay, it still hits then.
Oh yeah.
If it was frightened 2, it actually would have no longer been
Oh,
a crit.
really? Okay, sorry. Yeah, I forgot the frightened.
Wow. Okay.
That's why it's important to know.
Yeah,
Fun
these plus
stuff.
ones matter. Okay, sorry, Asher, continue. What were you
Yeah,
saying?
I'm just gonna hunt prey him for myself.
Okay.
Now I have to specify. That's fun. Then I'm gonna hunt prey for Phelan, actually, in this case. Can I do that? Can I hunt prey for the dog? Or does it have to be
you
a
can-
person?
Yeah, you can shout like, Phelan, get him.
Phelan, get him. Ooh, now Phelan. I have to say it in a nicer way.
Or
So
like,
I'm not ordering. I'll be like, bite his legs or something.
go for the legs,
Go for the
Phelan.
legs. And Phelan's like, I'll do it. All right, I'll do that. And then I did reload last time, so I will shoot.
Okay, so hunt prey, share prey, and then shoot.
At the 22.
22 will hit. Go and roll damage.
Nice. That is a 21.
21 points of piercing damage from the strike. As it hits the poor creature in its neck. Raucous mad! Greshy.
All right. Well, I was trying to figure this out, but we're just gonna wing it. Why not? Greshy will urge Phelan on. We're gonna get him, and we're gonna do it in style. So I can still move through other spaces as long as I don't stop there.
Yes,
correct?
as long as you don't stop there, yeah. As long as you don't stop in the space of another ally.
So we're going to move. This is going to be weird. 5, 10. And we're going to move through this. Just moving. 15. He can take an attack if he wants.
Oh, you know what? I gave the cougar an attack of opportunity, even though that's not a thing. Never mind.
Oh, that's
the
right.
The system doesn't have.
Oh.
Sorry, we were just playing Starfinder last night, so.
And suddenly the dog comes back to life.
Starfinder. is fine.
The hound.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
All right.
No, this does not have attack of opportunity.
All right, even better. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I assume I can stand here.
Yes. Yeah, you're behind.
All right.
You're
And I
on top of
believe
the tree.
That gives
So
a couple of us flanking.
Yeah, Greshy moves Phelan around to the opposite side of the ogre
And as we
flank
get
it.
around to that side, he takes a bite at the legs. And that's a 24 to hit.
24 will hit. Roll damage.
All right.
That'll be a 26. It's not a crit.
All right, so 18 points of piercing damage.
Plus
and it is
a
magical, in case it matters.
8 you get.
18 points.
Oh, I get a d8 on top of that for Phelan.
Oh, yeah.
An additional 3 points of precision piercing damage.
All right. Well, that extra 3 points of precision damage is enough to put it out of its misery. Phelan bites into the creature's neck, and he. No! I'm hunting Kitty! Kitty for Mama! As Phelan crunches his bones. And when Phelan releases, the creature falls to the ground, bleeds out. It is dead.
Good boy, Greshy. Good boy, Phelan. I'm talking as I'm considering myself Phelan now. We're all Phelan today.
Good
No, I just
job,
think- I
Greshy.
just
We are
think
all
Greshy
Phelan on this blessed day.
refers to himself in third person and as a pet of himself.
I am proud of myself for directing my
Yeah.
beautiful
That's on
big
the back,
dog.
Greshy.
Who's a good boy? I'm a good boy.
All right. Oh,
Glad
what the
that
hell is this thing?
assisted. Yeah, what is this?
Well, they must have come down from the mountains since the black arrows are no longer protecting the fort.
That's
Presumably,
so.
the
I guess we'll do this song instead.
a strange
this
looking sort
group
of
doesn't care about.
ogre, though, isn't it?
Yeah, can I try and identify this in some way?
Sure, yeah. I guess nature. Yeah.
Could I assist on that, or do?
You could do a separate knowledge check.
Okay.
while they're doing that, I'm gonna step over here by
20
Mr.
for me.
Cougar.
31.
Say to the
Okay.
Cougar and Greshy at the same time, hey Greshy, isn't it true that some of your folk can change into animals?
Oh, I could if I really wanted to. I don't think that's what that is, though.
Oh, alright. Well,
The cougar just kind of looks at you.
But it
Okay.
could be another companion of someone.
Yeah, it did want to take us somewhere.
It seems trained in some way. Anyway, I'm gonna look and see what this sort of thing is.
It kind of starts to. The cougar starts to walk away and just sits by a tree and looks at you all waiting.
Oh.
But you guys are Asher, Greshy, and Shalelu are all looking down at this creature. Shalelu like lifts up one of its arms as kind of like, "Ugh." And you all look at each other, and just in unison, Ogrekin. These are. How to describe Ogrekin?
Mildly disgusting.
Yeah.
part ogre, part something else?
Part kin.
Yeah, they're kind of like half human, half ogre, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Or like they kind of have like weird mixed ogre blood. They're very malformed and are often the product of like incest of ogres as well.
Oh.
And ogre can just kind of interbreed a bunch and just keep popping out more and more malformed creatures like this.
So
They're
it's not likely that Mama is a human.
probably not.
Probably not. Okay.
If a human and an ogre mate, it's probably not good on the human.
Survivable.
Oh.
Unless the ogre is the Mama.
Might be. I'm going to turn to the feline and cast Heal Animal at it to try and help it out a bit, because it did get a bit mauled in that battle.
Okay. How much does that heal?
That much. Maybe.
Waiting. It'll come eventually.
It's
Press
so
the whoop.
it's so angry about everything.
Hey.
So it's
22.
actually that plus, I believe, 32.
Oh,
Whoa,
because
jeez.
it's scaled.
32?
It's scaled. It's 8 for doing the ranged version per spell level. So
Oh, it should be 8d or 8d8, or what?
no, it's 4d8 plus 8,
Oh, plus
or it's
8,
1d8 plus 8 for every spell level, and I'm at 4th, so it'd be 4d8 plus 32.
Oh, geez, you just launched a 4th level.
No, it's a
Oh,
focus
it's a
spell.
cantrip.
It's a focus
I see.
spell. Yeah,
I-
yeah.
Oh my gosh, this sheet is very slow right now. It's not very happy with me. Anyway,
All right, I'll
didn't actually
wait
say
there
it's
on
like this before.
Okay, yeah. In that case, the cougar is feeling quite fit. Yeah, it looks good.
Good.
Shiny. Its
I
fur
think-
is shinier than before.
Let's
I'm
take a
gonna
look at this
go-
thing's
Oh.
spear. Is that
Sure.
special in any way? Doesn't seem
Uh,
like it.
Yeah, you pick up the spear.
There it goes.
Doesn't look special at all.
That's more accurate.
It's just a kind of rickety looking spear.
Okay.
Kind of. It would be a poor quality spear, but
Okay.
it is large. It is sized for a large creature.
Yeah. And I don't see anything. I don't see him having anything else worth.
No, there's
Taking
no
with us,
runes or anything
so-
on it, and just confirm, but I don't think he's carrying anything. No.
All right. Let's.
There is tucked into his belt. There is this thick, ratty-looking blanket, which is actually decorated in several little insignias.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
Is there a familiar one on there?
Give that a closer look.
Give me a military lore.
Ooh, that I can do. I have that skill.
There you go.
Natural 2
Oh,
makes it 12.
12. Okay. You actually haven't seen these markers before. So they're not something. None of them are ones that you're familiar with. But they seem to be. They all seem to be at least the same. They're definitely torn off of someone's clothing, like individual's clothing, and have
So
been
this is
stitched
probably
onto
something
this cloth.
he's killed, like he's made a patchwork blanket out of kills. Soldiers
Yes.
he's killed. Okay.
But they all seem to be, while they're different marks, you see a lot of the same ones, and they're all done with the same black thread. So they seem to be
Okay.
all part of the same group.
If it was a black arrow, if it looks like an arrow and it's black,
None of them
can't
are specifically
crit
arrows.
fail that. Okay,
They're
Alright.
more like, they look like they're like rank insignias.
I see. All right, well then, whatever. Rest in pieces.
I want to follow the cat.
Yes, it does appear to be trying to lead us somewhere.
Let's follow.
I want to see where this goes.
Okay, so you guys peel away from the path that leads up to Fort Rannoch and follow this cougar into the woods. And that is where we will end for the night. Oops.
Where the cat
I can press
goes.
buttons. I can press buttons.
buttons are complicated.
All right. Well, that is the adventure for tonight, my friends. Hope you enjoyed it. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Little combat.
Do we know
Little
our schedule for
exposition.
next week? I don't remember.
Should be Tuesday, I think.
I thought it was Monday.
Oh, that's right. It was Monday, wasn't it? But
now
do
I
we
think
need to
it's
still do it Monday?
definitely Not Monday.
No. I'm available on Tuesday.
Oh, it is Tuesday. Okay. Well,
It's
for
up
now,
to you guys.
Oh, it is Tuesday.
Hopefully Tuesday. Hopefully we're back to normal.
Tuesday. Hopefully Tuesday, unless more Corona shenanigans strike. Yeah. Well, thanks for having fun with us tonight, everybody. I'll try to get the episodes up on time a little bit better. If you follow the feed, you might have noticed that these have been uploading a little later and later. Things get lost in the schedule.
That was a fun session.
Yeah, that was fun. So I hope everybody enjoyed yourselves. We shall see where this leads next time. Peace. Good night, everyone.
Literally. Good night.